My name is Taylor Lackey, and I'm a sophomore at Texas A&M University. Defining yourself has got to be one of the most difficult things to do, especially when you're still trying to figure out who you are, as most of us are at this age. There are some moments in life, however, that you know as soon as it happens this will be a defining moment. Or there are the ones that you notice when you look back through the lens of hindsight that have helped shape everything you are today. I'm about to share with you guys two of my biggest defining moments, which are the moment I became a godmother and the moment I met my two best friends. So start. The moment I became a godmother was one of those right then and there kind of moments that you instantly know this will forever change my life. And a little background, her mom is also my godmother. About 2 months before her grand entrance was made to the world, her mom and I had decided to go to brunch one morning at La Madeleine. I remember we talked for about an hour and she shared the story of when I was baptized and how she became my godmother and she had gotten me my first charm bracelet. And over time, it has become our tradition that she'll get me a charm at every occasion. By the end of that brunch, there was so much heartfelt joy in the air and in our hearts that it couldn't have led up to the moment any better. Before we left, she surprised me with a charm for my charm bracelet that said godmother. She told me that that little girl would be my godchild if I wanted her to. There was no hesitation in my response, and I said yes with absolute glee. The reason this defines me is because it shaped who I was going to be as my life continued. I was now a leader and a role model to this little life that has the world ahead of her. With that kind of responsibility, you want to do everything you can to make sure you are making your decisions with her best interest at heart, as well as your own. My next defining moment was the one that you don't really notice until you look back on it, and I didn't even discover it until recently. The past spring was my first semester in college at only 17 years old. My first 2 weeks of college were so chaotic I couldn't even manage to make it to the right classes until about 20 minutes after they started. It was not until my third week of classes that I had finally managed to make it to the correct class on my first try, where I noticed a girl wearing red boots and decided, why not, and sat next to her and the blonde sitting on the other side. By this time, I had made no friends and I was so nervous. I said hi and they said hi back and we exchanged numbers at the end of that class for study groups. Over time, it became a regular gig, our seats, those red boots, and those two amazing girls. We hung out all semester and every time we were together, it was movies, shopping, or eating, but always laughing. They had become my best friends without me even noticing. I look back on that day now and it changed my life. I gained 2 forever gal pals that day, and if it weren't for those bright red boots, it would have never happened. These moments define me because I live my life the way I do now in hopes that it helps guide that little girl in how she'll choose to live hers. And those 2 best friends of mine helped define me because I would not be where I am without their sweet friendship. Thanks, and gig 'em.